1. My father is a man with a scar on his forehead and a tattoo on his hand. He is a man with a mustache that drapes over my shoulders and down my back. My father is a man who is a ghost. 2. When I wake up, my hair is wet and rain is blowing through the window. I take off all my clothes and build a small fire in my room. Then I set my wet clothes on the burning TV. I stay up all night planting a grove of vines near the door. 3. I take a walk with my father's ghost. We go to the park and feed ducks. I get crumbs in his mustache, and he wipes them off my shoulder. Thanks, I say. 4. I dream of mountain, standing in the middle of a great prairie. I watch black smoke curl around mountain's summit. I decide to give the mountain a name. I name it Mountain. 5. The apartment is dark and cold. There is no light or heat. Ivy now covers most of the windows and doors. I lay on the floor staring at the ceiling until vines overtake it. 6. I attempt to grow a mustache of my own. A small ingrown hair occurs. I am able to squeeze out blood, pus, and mud. I experience a great deal of pain. I decide to give my mustache a name. I name it Must Ache. My father's ghost drops me off at my apartment. He tells me that if I feel lonely again, I can walk to the library or read a book. Maybe finish proofreading that letter for him. I say okay, and then go inside. 9. I find a washed-out picture of my father where his eyes are small, dark clouds. When I put the picture up to my ear, I hear thunder. My father's ghost tells me that it is only the ocean. I clear some ivy and place his picture up on a wall. 10. One afternoon I come home and my father's picture is missing. The wall behind the picture is flushed and pale like the skin, like the flesh under a band-aid. And from the center of the wound, a small flower blooms. 11. My father's ghost stops coming around. I find tiny mustache hairs in the sink. I open a window and burn incense to throw it back. I fall asleep with the smoke pouring out in rhythms and strings. 12. I sit at the balcony in my sleeping bag and smoke a marijuana cigarette. I feel a mountain weight at the back of my throat, then a bending in the bones of my feet. I become a piece of paper blowing in the wind. A gust of wind swings me over the guardrail, and I watch myself swoop in pendulums down to the street. 13. I fasten tiny scrolls onto messenger pigeons with small links of vine. I watch them fly out over my town. The message says, I have a better mustache now. Can you come home, please? 14. At my mother's treehouse, she tells me I look like a picture, always with the same jacket. I tell her it's because I want to look like my father. I tell her it's because I want to look like a ghost. 15. That night I burn a pile of sage on the windowsill and watch the embers float up over the trees. I watch them until they begin to look like small and dying stars. 16. There's a thing that when I touch it, the thing becomes a thing other. It becomes another thing. The thing feels like something like I don't think, or maybe I don't want. When I say it, when I say the thing comes out like I don't know. 17. I decide to stop looking for my father's ghost. I do not understand. It all seems a shroud, a veil of bones. I feel like the time we tried to make bread and our yeast did not rise. I feel like a small and dense thing. 18. I separate the hairs of my mustache and examine my ingrown hair in the mirror. I notice a small flower blooming from the wound. I fold the skin over and tear it off. 29. I dream a succession of Polaroids, each showing mountain as it falls to the ground. I watch mountain's face crack, then split, then crumble. When I reach the last frame, the picture turns to blood and falls through my hands.